Tuff! Tuff!
It's the most important thing to pre-run a course if you can, especially the Baja 500. We went down many times to actually pre-run it, and the main time we went down there, we went down with 2 of the Broncos that Giant Motorsports built. Going down and pre-running, firstly, Baja is absolutely stunning. It's like the Wild West, and getting in there and actually seeing what we were coming up against, it excited us, and at the same time, it made us extremely nervous. We saw all the silt that was coming in. We saw exactly what obstacles were going to come in front of us, and we knew this was going to be the hardest Baja 500 yet.
Yeah, pre-running is the best. I mean, you go down there relaxed, you enjoy the best food, you put in days and days of driving and enjoying your friends and the vehicles, and seeing the course and experiencing new things and seeing what comes across your path. It's just fun to have just that open agenda, and then let the chaos come at you and how you deal with it. You come home with the craziest stories, and it sounds horrific, but it's in the best sense. But I really wanted just everyone else to drive. I sat in the back seat a lot. Brandon got in. I'm like, you drive. And then Nate, you drive. Ammo, you drive. And it was neat to get everyone in the driver's seat pre-running, because they helped so much and put in the efforts and the time, and it was fun to repay them that way so they can enjoy it. The back seat was starting to fill up with bushes and stuff, and guys were hitting so many bushes and trees, and I'm like, yeah, that's my favorite part, is just to see a pile of bushes inside the car.
We saw some of the most beautiful areas of Mexico that you'll ever see. A lot of people have this perception of Mexico that it's a dangerous place, and I get it, but the minute you are pre-running and you're in the depths of Baja and you see this beautiful landscape, you can't compare it to anything.
You eat the best food, you see the best land, you go into these canyons and stuff, and you see terrain, and you meet people that are so genuine and honest, and how can you not continue to go down there?
Giant Motorsports has a big following of pit guys.
Yeah, the crew is great, and it's all the old school guys that I used to help, getting everybody back together. It was like getting the band back together.
It's an amazing camaraderie. It's one that you'll never know unless you're actually involved in it, and the sport just brings a lot of solid people to the table. I love it.
We had a crew of almost 20 guys, tons of vehicles, and this is for something that they love, that no one gets paid for it. The excitement and everybody getting ready for it was absolutely the most thrilling event of my life. It's something you put on a bucket list and you mark off as an off-road racer, I did the Baja 500. The race itself had its own challenges. Starting off in Ensenada was amazing. The crowds in Ensenada, there's no one better in the world. You're coming up to the score start and you are about to explode into the wash, which is extremely exciting by itself. Jeff Falzone was driving first and came screaming around the corner like a superstar and hit the wash, and we jumped high and then straight into the course.
Some UTV guys mostly marked the course, and the width of the course, showed that. It was just rubbing on both sides.
Extremely hard to race like that because you're absolutely cautious on every turn you take, not only for the vehicles, but also for the people watching you who absolutely love racing. They love Baja. This is their Super Bowl, and they come to watch it in the tens of thousands.
I mean, it is just absolute chaos going through some of these little towns. It's just like You've got cars coming at you, you got cars on the course, you got people on the course, you got dogs, you got kids, you got everything. So
yeah, it was cool. I mean, we were gaining on someone, and we were in their dust, and we were just trying to figure out the GPS calls. So it was really early, and we weren't getting the calls right. And you know, it takes time to really start to jive with your passenger. So it was nobody's fault, but we were close in the dust, and we missed our turn, and we took the second line, and the second line had a really deep rut, you know. And
so when we did hit the rut right away, Jeff's very experienced, and he said, you know, stay in the car, they'll help us get out. We never knew we were hanging about 9 feet and our tires were off.
the guys started wanting to jump out, and I go, there's crowds here, just sit in your truck, wait. And we just started waving them at us, and you know, get them to help us first before we have to crawl out. And you know, because if you got to buckle back up and go again, you know, you're losing a little time there. So you know, it's neat to see they're wanting to help so genuinely. You know, they were really trying hard to really get us out.
They just want to get you out and get you racing, and something is achieved. We got out, we saw we were in quite serious trouble, and about, I would say 40, 45 people came by, tried to get us out, and someone called one of their trucks. They pulled us out and off we were going.
They really wanted us to, you know, continue. It's not like they were sabotaging us or stealing stuff from us. They were really trying to, you know, make it happen for us. It was great. The silt really grew after, you know, we pre-ran, you know, 2 weeks earlier, and then everyone pre-running after us really grew the silt and the depth of the course and the ruts, and there's just a lot of unforeseen stuff. The truck would just tip on its side. The course would just fall away on one side, and the truck would tip, and then after tipping, it would smack into a square hole and just, you know, smash the suspension hard in the front. And it's like, you can't even see it because the silt is covering it. And, you know, it's just picking through stuff, and after a while, I just started driving on the hillside. You know, driving right over 8-foot tall bushes and over rocks and cactuses, and because the main course was just so horrid just to try and get through, plus occasional car stuck within that course. You know, it's just get around both items, you know, and then we just started passing a lot of people that way that were just waiting in lines on the main course, and we would come out of the hill on the side and take out, like, you know, 4 cars and just sneak right into the next hill climb, you know, that everybody's waiting for.
We were coming in as a sportsman class, so we were at the back of the pack, and we were unable, obviously, to get that fresh ground, and we were fighting our way every inch that we got. There were a couple of situations where we had to hit some hills extremely hard, hit a rut a second time, took out a brake line, and got to the top with the help of a winch, the extreme 12,500. And when we got to the top, quickly changed the brake line and carried on racing. We got to the point where the race truck was not making a left turn anymore. We had to stop, change out the system, and we were up and running again, and by that time we had timed out. So we hit the bottom of the hill, and a bunch of drivers down there timed out with us, and typical Baja racing style, everybody was having a beer and a sandwich, so we joined them. Great experience.
the race is great. Had we finished, it would have been even better, but hey, that's to be continued, you know. We'll get there again.
So we look forward to coming back to Baja next year and taking it on head on. You got to be a lot nuts to be in this sport. This is the coolest sport in the world. There is no fame and glory, and it's done for the love of the sport.